Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to a new series. So we're sat in the BMW, which is kind of the project that sort of ties us over between the next project and Clifford getting finished, because we're still waiting for parts and getting the cab lifted back on. So we're sat in a very mouldy, disgusting 7 Series, which has not been looked after at all. We'll do a little walk around of it in a minute. So basically we picked it up cheap, tucked it on the trailer, drove it over here, and parked it, and it's been here since before Christmas. And we thought now's the time to sort of start doing something with it. There's a lot of stuff that needs dealing with. As you can see, it's not exactly a moonlit roof, it's a mould infested roof, as well as everywhere else in this car, but we are going to take a little walk around it right now so you can see just how much we're getting into. So here's Madam Mouldy, as we're going to call it for a minute, because it is absolutely disgusting. It kind of reminds me a bit like the Mondeo videos. Well, we called that the Pongdeo because it absolutely stank. So it's not the first time dealing with mold, won't be the last. So this is literally how we've picked this car up. We literally drove it off the trailer once it got here, put it on the driveway, and it's not moved since. So we are literally dealing with mold. No idea what's actually gone on with this interior. Somebody has flocked the dash and the center console, as you can see. That's the first thing that's coming off, because that is absolutely foul. They've badly wrapped all the wood trim and painted it underneath that, because we did take one little piece off and have a look. I thought it just looked minging. Yeah, there's not much really more to say about it. Was it 735, 98, and yeah, it's just absolutely disgusting in here. Everywhere you look. Paintwork. Well, I say paintwork, well, lack of. So we've got damage to the boot, rear quarter. The doors aren't actually too bad, mind the fact they're disgusting, covered in mould, and they've actually got stuff growing out of it. I mean, it's got its own ecosystem going, which is nice. The bonnet, yeah, a bit mangled, paint-wise. Dents in the wing, just there. The tyres look awful on it. Well, the alloy wheels actually look awful as well. There's bits of trim hanging off down here. Yeah, obviously the big elephant in the room is the fact that there's plenty of water getting in somewhere, which I think is something to do with this window, because it identifies as a manual window. I think it did when I last tried it anyway. Scratches over there and back in here. Now I think what's happened is somebody has fitted a double-din stereo, made an absolute mess of it. So we're going to be ripping all of that out and putting probably a standard radio in it for now, just so that it's actually got some sort of audio, and it fills up all this damage that's been done in here. Classic E38, no working cup holder. Somebody's mashed that out of the middle, no idea where it is because it's not in the car. And weirdly, this one actually comes without the phone holder and the little in-car phone, which is strange considering there's an area on the boot for it. One thing I do like about this is it does actually have a glass sunroof, even though it looks like a lake. Well, I think we'd best try and get this thing started. I'd be entertained to see if it does actually start. It did the last time, but it's just got the wrong style battery on it. It even comes with some extras, even though there's only one of those for some reason. No idea why. Broken engine cover. I know where that will be going. Right, let's see if we can get it started. Have we got any spark? No. Oh, there's a light on. Now Andy's with me today. Is it going to go? That's a good sign. It starts. As you can tell, it's extremely noisy because there is no back boxes on it whatsoever. And there's no centre section either, so it makes a nice little noise. It's a little janky jump pack there. Yeah, it runs. It does drive, but we're not going to drive it today. Go and see what warnings come up on the dash, shall we? So what have we got? 163,942 miles. Not bad. So yeah, we've got the traction control light on, got ABS light on. Unfortunately, I didn't pick up my fault scanner, so we'll have to deal with that later. So I think for a minute we're just going to let it run, and then we're going to go in the garage and go and see if we can find some spare parts to put this dashboard right. There we go, there's our collection of spare parts. So we've got that radio cage, which is what that belongs in. We've got a spare couple of panels to put back into where they should be, because I'm pretty sure that's what this car came with. I don't think it came with the sat-nav unit. Spare bits for the doors. I don't think I've got any little bits for those either side, but I will have a look in my little treasure cove. Yeah, some spare door trims, because we think one of them's missing. I think it's not that one. I think it's actually... Yes, this door here is missing its lower trim. So just dug that one out just to see if it is the right one. It may not be, but there we are. And then obviously we've got this piece here. But I don't quite know what they did when they ripped it out. But we have also got the new dash top, which is... Oh, you got the spare wheel cover. All forward now. Nice. So we have got the dash top, which is going to replace the one that's on top of there, because it's all flocked and just looks terrible. So yeah, we're going to make a start, I think, by first of all drying these windows off, and the sunroof, because that is going to contribute to it. And we're going to leave the heaters on for a little bit, let it sit and warm up, see if we can get it a bit drier than it was. So I just went to wipe the back window out, and I'd like to know what on earth that is down there. That is one big beetle, or whatever it is. So here we are, we've wiped all the windows down, exception from that one, because we're actually going to sort that one out because the window regulator is broken. All the other windows have been wiped down. We're just going to let the heating run in it for a little bit, just keep it running, just see how it runs. And yeah, so yeah, every window's been wiped. And we also did find a little friend down here. I think we'll call him Bert. He's unfortunately not with us anymore, but his body's still with us. So we'll remove him, and yeah, we'll get some tools out, get on with that. Oh yeah. Well, that's what's wrong with it. There was nothing wrong with the motor, it's the actual runner itself that's gone. Alright, with the door card off, you can see what's gone wrong. the little plastic wheel that runs the cable has broken up into millions of pieces, which they usually do on these. But now it's starting to rain, and we have to take the window out. So I think we're just going to wait a few minutes and just see if it's just a little shower or if it's going to carry on. If it's going to carry on, we're going to have to think of something else to do. So we'll find out round about now. So rain has stopped playing. It's just absolutely tipping it down outside. We're not going to try and take that window out in the wet because we're trying to keep the moisture out of the car, even though as you can quite clearly see, it's already steamed up again. So instead, we're going to try and look at what's going on with the dash, because the heaters have decided they're not working at all. It may just be the control panel, so we're going to change that. But also, the big hole where some things are missing, we're missing one of these, which is the control, which is basically the trip computer and controls the stereo, which should be in it. So this will allow you to sort of like change your time, date, and it will give you your range, allow you to reset your miles per gallon, allows you to use the stopwatch that's built into the car, and all that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do very quickly is plug this in and see if it works. Because if it does, we might be able to see what sort of goings on it is, and then yeah, we can sort of go from there. That's one thing we know we need, but I don't know what the condition of this thing is actually like. So I don't know if the screen works. I don't know anything about it. It was just pulled from a car and has sat in the garage for years. So let's see if it works. Right, so there's our trip computer. There's our plug. Let's plug it in and see what it does. Right, well that kind of works. So let's push the button and see what it does. Aha. So we've got our range. That really doesn't work, does it? Let's see if we've got another one. How much miles does it say it's got in there? Oh, the button started working, no? That wasn't working before. 98 miles. So we've got our consumption 1, consumption 2, range, distance, speed, 0.0 miles per hour, because it's not actually been anywhere. So I can set the limit on here, so when you go over a certain amount of miles an hour, it will start beeping at you. Audio, it won't do anything because there's no stereo attached. I think there is a tape deck somewhere in the garage. I'll have to find it. But we are not going to put a tape deck in this. We are actually going to put a CD player in it. So this, in theory, is meant to sit up there like that. And then you'll have something, so normally in the 7 Series, because it's the same as my one, is you'll have your stereo along here, and then here you'll have like a little thing that flips around and you can put coins in it. Good old 90s retro. But when you turn the heaters on, absolutely nothing happens. Oh, hang on. Something happened then. It revved up and stopped. Let's try that again, just for argument's sake. Yeah, it did work. But where people have messed around with all the wiring in here, we'll think what we'll have to do is change that, put these control boxes in the right place, and see what's going on down the back there. Because I think what's happened, where they've cut it out, they've either broken something in behind here or one of the stepper motors, which I'm going to guess is where my hand is there. You can kind of see the motor, and you've got another one over here. So we just need to see what's going on there, because somebody has screwed some pieces in here to fit, we're guessing is the doubled in head unit, and it doesn't work. But what really pisses me off is the fact that they've broken all this, but all you had to do was just take this panel off here that they have, I think, have broken off, and have just snapped it out of there. So whoever did all this just needs shooting. So I think we'll strip this out, see what we can find. Right, so we've got some of this working again. Now, the reason that got broken is because there is one piece of metal under there and another piece of metal under there that shouldn't be there. And we're going to see now if we've got heaters, because beforehand we didn't. It's starting to, I can hear it doing things that it wasn't doing before. Yeah, you see, because all this stuff has been broken underneath here, the motors aren't working properly, as you can probably hear them. So what we'll do is, just so you can hear it properly, if you just hold that again a second, take the microphone off my chest, stick it in here and see if you can hear it. So it's going to require a complete dashboard removal to fix this problem. Like I said, we've got the other dash top to get rid of this flock one. I'm not worried by any means the fact I broke that, because there is one on the other one, but it's all jammed in there anyway because it's been broken. So yeah, we're finding more and more little things wrong with it, but it's nothing that we can't fix. So as you can tell, it's not been a very productive video, but we've kind of got an idea of what we need to do, because, as I say, we got the car over here on the back of the trailer, parked it and did nothing. This is the first time we've started tinkering with it at all, so we're just kind of winging it as we go along. But yeah, so as you can see, we still need to fix that broken window. We still need to fix the dash problem. We need to get all this, whatever this is, it's flock or whatever they call it, needs to be taken off and all cleaned. We're going to strip, probably in the next interior, well, the next video, we'll strip the interior out, get it all cleaned because it's just moldy and disgusting in here. Like I say, fix that dash, fix that window, get it cleaned up. I don't know what we're going to do about this roof lining because it is absolutely disgusting. I think it's going to have to come down and stay down whilst it gets refurbished, because I do not want to put that back up particularly. Do you? No. No, Andy's shaking his head going, no, we're not putting that back up. So that's our plan of attack, is we're just going to gut it, clean it, put it back together. So yeah, so unfortunately it's a bit of a disappointing one, but at least it's something. You get to see the new project and you get to see how much of a mess it is. So, but it's nothing I haven't dealt with before when it comes to these cars, as you've seen. When the very first start of the channel, I was doing a BMW 740, so we're starting from the ground back up again. You've seen me gut an interior before, so it's just a regular day at the office for me. So yeah, if you want to see more, like, subscribe, do your usual, and no doubt you shall see me again in the next one, ripping this junk apart.